All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Sunday Night Football. We got the New York Jets taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, Jets sitting as home dogs for obvious reasons at +8.5 on the spread at the time of recording. The total is sitting at 41.5. I do have a few plays that I want to jump into in today's video. Before we do, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. Like the video as well. You guys have been going crazy as of late, so go ahead and do that. I also want to talk to you about Sleeper. If you're not on Sleeper yet, you're sleeping. Wake up, go check it out. You can use the link in the pinned comment, get 100% of your first deposit matched. What I love about Sleeper being the pick'em app that it is, you can pair 2 players or up to 8 players in a slip. Obviously, the more you get right in terms of your projections, the more you get paid out. But I love the fact that they have the unique multiplier. Each and every player that you put in your slip has its own dynamic payout multiplier, so you don't follow the fixed payout structure like all the other pick'em apps out there right now. Make sure to check out Sleeper. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. If it's legal in your state and you're missing out on the fun of Sleeper, shame on you. Go check it out, guys. 100% of your first deposit matched with that link in the pinned comment. So like I said, we got a few plays to get into today. I have one same game parlay, and then I have 2 player props that I am liking. We can start it off with the same game parlay. We're parlaying a couple alternate lines. We're doing an alternate spread as well as the alternate total, and I'm going down to -2.5 for the Chiefs here, giving me a win by a field goal cash in the first leg of this parlay. And then we're also looking at over 36.5, which is obviously a key number in football here. So again, that same game parlay, -2.5, and the total being over 36.5. Now, let me explain why. By the way, -110 odds right now over on BetMGM. That outpaces all the other sites here. I think it was -130 over on DraftKings, -132 on FanDuel. So I do like the odds that we have in the exact same parlay over on BetMGM. But what I like here is this Kansas City team to win the game, probably win it controllably, but I don't necessarily love laying the 9 points here. Now, obviously, there's a huge discrepancy between these two teams, but this is a Sunday Night Football game. Jets are at home, and what I will say is the Jets have had a tough schedule thus far. Buffalo, Dallas, and then obviously the Patriots, decent defense, and they're going to play a divisional rival, pretty tough there as well. So though the Jets, I'm not saying are a good team, I do think that they can keep this game to within, 10-ish points of the Chiefs. I know, kind of crazy me saying that, but that is kind of the ultimate reason behind going with, I still think the Chiefs can sort of win this one handily, but I do like the idea of them only having to win by 3 points here. So hopefully that makes sense a little bit, because I just can't lay 9 points with the Chiefs here. All of the hype is on them. Everybody and their grandma is obviously going to be looking at this Chiefs team in terms of they think that they're going to be the team that wins. So I don't want to come in laying that big number only to see the Chiefs win by like 6 points, right? And it's like, oh, well, they still won really, they controlled the game, but did not cover the 3 field goal spread that they had to lay. In terms of the total, I like this spot. We know the Chiefs can put up numbers, right? 20 points in week 1, 17 in week 2, but we finally kind of saw their offense kick into form last week. Now, it was against the second worst defense in the league, but nonetheless, I don't think I have to convince anyone watching this video right now that the Chiefs offense is good, even with some of the guys, that they lost over the last couple of years here. Travis Kelce and company, and obviously Patrick Mahomes leading the charge. Definitely a really dynamic offense. So I think that they're going to do their part. What I like about the Jets is the Jets rank within the top 7 when it comes to second half pace. So even if this game gets sort of out of hand here and the Chiefs go up big in the first half, the Jets are going to continue to try and push the pace, push the tempo, meaning a lot of possessions for both sides in the second half here. And 36.5 ain't all that much to ask for. The Chiefs, covered that themselves last week out. The Jets have allowed 30 to the Dallas Cowboys. They allowed 16 to a Buffalo team, 15 to the Patriots. So even them, playing their good defense, which they do have, they're still allowing pretty much half of this allotment of points. Again, 36.5 being the number. They're still allowing plenty of points even with that good defense. This is probably the best offense that they've seen to date. I see if Buffalo was able to put up 16, Dallas able to put up 30, New England able to put up 15, there's no reason why the Chiefs shouldn't be able to put up 25 plus, meaning all we really need is a score and a field goal from the Jets at the the very minimum there. So again, same game parlay we're looking at is going to be -2.5 for the Chiefs spread, parlaying it with the over 36.5. Now let's move on to the player props here. We're going to jump into Outlier. If you guys don't know what Outlier is, you got to go check it out. You can get 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment. And we're looking at Patrick Mahomes over 16.5 rushing yards. I also don't mind his longest rush of 10.5 yards here either. He's hit for both of these lines. We'll focus on the rushing yards for now. He's hit this in 3 straight games, just barely. I do like I said, that longest rush, this is longest rush, excuse me. Rushing yards, he's actually crushed 3 games in a row here. 45 week 1, 30 week 2, 28 against Chicago in week number 3. He's averaging 5.3 rush attempts per game here. And obviously, you know, this is a quarterback that is mobile, but he's only going to run when he really needs to create, right? So he's a very smart runner. He's going to go out there and get these big chunks when he needs to. Look at his yards per rush here. 7.5, 4.3, and 9.3. For him to even rush a couple times with these rushing yards, especially the 7.5 and the 9.3. If he rushes 2-3 times, we should be able to cash this 16.5. And I'll also flip it over to looking at what the Jets have done. They're bottom 10 team in terms of rushes per game for the quarterback. 5.3. Again, Patrick Mahomes averaging 5.3 rush attempts per game. So you're looking at a guy that now is averaging 5.3. The Jets allow 5.3. That should be the floor. 5 rushes for Patrick Mahomes should be the floor, which is why I like this over 16.5. Averaging just about, you know, 3 and change yards per rush for him in this game. He should be able to cash this easily. And then over to the longest rush, you're going to give me 5 chances at a game, at a spot in which, you know, all of a sudden you're looking at, you know, the play breaks down, all of those weapons and speed on the Chiefs offense. The Jets defenders are turned around, everything like that. Patrick Mahomes just waddles through and rushes for a first down. That's why I like both of these. They both could be plays. Right now, this is the lean, the longest rush. I am going to lock in his over 16.5 rushing yards as well. Again, if you want to check out Outlier, guys, that link is in the pinned comment. 7 days free. Our second player prop, we're actually looking at another Chiefs player here. We're looking at Chris Jones. I don't mind his over 0.75 sacks, but I'm going to pay the juice. I know it's pretty juicy, but I'm going to look at his over 0.25 sacks. So even if he gets a half a sack here, we should be looking at a cash. Again, it's -166. It's a lot of juice, but I do like sort of the safety of that. But if you're feeling a little bit more risky, roll with the 0.75. He had 1.5 in week, number 2 for them. He didn't play week number 1. And then last week against the Bears, he had 1. And this is an offensive line in terms of what we're looking at from the Jets offense here, allowing tied for 21st in terms of sacks allowed. They've allowed 3 in every single game against Buffalo, against New England, and then against Dallas as well. So this is not necessarily a strong offensive line. I wouldn't say that they're terrible, but they do allow guys to get to the quarterback. And I will say this also, not to knock the young kid, but Zach Wilson doesn't necessarily have that awareness of throwing things away or anything like that. He likes to stay in the pocket, try and make something happen, rarely make something happen, allowing a couple more sacks to come through. So those are the plays for Sunday Night Football. Again, to recap, we have a same game parlay, -2.5 for the Chiefs, and then over 36.5. We have Patrick Mahomes over 16.5 rushing yards, also a lean on his longest rush, over 10.5 yards, and then Chris Jones over 0.25 sacks. I lean towards the 0.75. He needs a full sack or 2 halves. We'll see. Right now, I am locking in the 0.25 for a decent amount of juice, but those are the 3 plays. Keep an eye on the pinned comment, guys, to see if anything changes or anything like that. You guys have been crushing the interaction and engagement during the football season. I wanted to end this video by saying thank you so damn much. It's crazy, sort of the growth that we're seeing during the football season, and I owe that all to you guys because I can make the videos. I think we put out near 40 videos over the last 2 weeks for the football season alone now through 3 weeks. We definitely have put up, I think it's just under 48 videos, so like I think 46 or something like that, which is kind of mind-blowing to me that even I'm able to produce that much content. But you guys are making it all worth it. You're making it super easy and exciting to make these videos. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you are still watching at this point, drop a 9 in the comments. Let me know that you made it to the end of the video. Again, that is dropping a 9 in the comments. Make sure to check out Sleeper and Outlier, the 2 sponsors of today's show, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace out.